Oh, number 1, it says to circle the polynomials. Good morning, David. Are you ready for the test today? Okay. I'll get it for you in just a moment. Get a calculator and pencil. I do have 2 people taking it tomorrow. Do you want to just take it tomorrow at the same time? Okay, one more day. Circle the polynomials. Is 5 a polynomial?
No. Yes.
Actually, it is. Yes. Is 10x a polynomial?
Yeah.
Yes. How about x plus 4? X plus 4? Yes, polynomial. What about 2x to the negative 3? No, because if we simplify that, that would be 2 divided by x to the third. So that one is not. You cannot divide by a variable when it's a polynomial, okay? You can't have a variable in the denominator part. And how about x squared minus 2x plus 7? What do you think, Eduardo? Is that a polynomial? The third one or the last one? Are we dividing by a variable anywhere? No, so it is. Okay? Only when you have a variable to a negative power or when you are dividing by a variable is it not a polynomial. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at number 2, filling in the table. Let's do number of terms. So number of terms, x, how many terms is that? 1. So what type of polynomial is it? What is it? Monomial. Monomial. Mono meaning 1. And what is the degree on that? 1, yes. If there's nothing there, put a 1 on it. Remember, you only count the degrees on the variables. So that is a degree of 1, which also we could say is linear. All right. The second one, negative 8x. How many terms is that? 1. So that still makes it a monomial. Remember, terms have to be separated by plus and minus signs. And what degree is this? If I put a 1 here, what is the degree there? No? 1, which makes it linear also. Okay? All right, how about the next one? How many terms do I have there? David, how many terms? 3x squared y minus 2xy plus 5. Are you done with the test?
Yeah, I was just rewriting so you can read it.
Rewriting what?
Just so you can read it.
Okay, well, let's put the computer away or turn it the other way. How many terms do I have there? 3x squared y minus 2xy plus 5. 3. Yes, 3. And so what type is that? 3 terms is going to be a trinomial. Yes, tri meaning 3. Trinomial. And what is the degree of this entire polynomial? Where do I need to look? Doesn't have to be the first one. What is the degree of this first term, though? No. The degree, you need to add together all the exponents on the variables only. So this has a degree of 3. This has a degree of 2. And this has a degree of We got to think. 0. Because it doesn't have any variables. So the degree of the entire polynomial is the largest number of the degree of any term. So in this case, it is going to be 3. This one. Well, I think I was asking about the whole first term. Although I could be wrong. All right. So the degree of the whole polynomial is the largest degree on any single term. And that makes it the degree of the whole polynomial. The last one, how many terms do I have for 9x plus 1? Tristan, how many terms? 2, yes. Remember, they're separated by the plus sign. So we call that a binomial, bi meaning 2. And what is the degree of this binomial?
9.
No. You've got to look at the exponents. 1. Okay? All right. Any questions about that? I think the hardest one is finding the degree of the polynomial, especially if it is like a binomial or trinomial. You find the sum of the degrees on the highest sum on any one term. All right, let's go to your notes. So that is a separate packet from this. It's got the balancing scale on the front. And what do you think? Do you like, can you tell yet? Do you like one big packet, or do you like having different packets for different things? One big packet? No? Well, you know what that means. That means I'm never going to be able to satisfy everyone, right? Oh, okay. Adding polynomials. So now we get to add these together. And it says, adding polynomials involves adding like terms. Looking for my highlighter. Adding like terms. When adding polynomials, you can group like terms by using horizontal or a vertical format. Horizontal or vertical. Okay? So method 1, they have 2 trinomials that we are adding together. All right? And they put the x squareds together in orange. 3x squared plus 2x squared. Then they put the x's together. 9x plus 4x. And then they put their constants together. 27 plus negative 12. Notice when you add, you are only adding the coefficients. So 3 plus 2 gives you 5. 9x plus 4x gives you 13x. And 27 plus a negative 12 gives you 15. So only add the coefficients. Coefficients are the numbers in front of the variables. Okay? Do you have them all now? What? On my desk in my pencil can. Okay? Method number 2, these are still the same 2 trinomials, but notice they have lined them up vertically. So 3x squared and 3x squared is right here, and then they added 3 plus 2 gave you 5x squared. Then they have 9x and 4x, that's the x family, and they added those together and got 13. And finally, 27 and negative 12 gives you 15. Okay? So I'm kind of going to go with a little of each to see which you prefer. If you prefer doing it horizontally or vertically. Okay? Can you please put your backpack down, Daylin? Maybe even on the chair beside you. All right, so let's take a look at the first one. Find each sum. Sum means we are doing addition. Okay, so I'm going to do this first horizontally. I have a 3x squared plus an x squared, okay? And then I have a -4 plus a -9 or -9. So this is doing it horizontally. Now, what is the coefficient in front of this x squared? 1. Yes, so I'm going to put 1 there. So these are being grouped together. 3x squared plus 1x squared, add the coefficients, gives you 4x squared. And then, looking at our constants, -4 plus -9 gives me a total of -13. I don't have any more x squareds. I don't have any other constants. So this is your final answer. This is doing it horizontally. All right? Putting together your like terms that have the same x squared or x at the end. Now, let's try it doing it vertically. So I have 3x squared minus 4. That's my first whole term. And then to that, I am going to add x squared minus 9. I know, like you just said, that this is a 1 in front. So my x squareds are lined up. 3 plus 1 is 4. -4 plus -9 is a -13 or -13. So you get the same answer, but in this way, we are adding them vertically. So if you had to choose right now, and of course, everybody has their own choice, their own best way to do it. How many think you prefer the horizontal going sideways? Anybody? And how many think vertically? And a lot of people didn't vote. Okay, so it's up to you. Whichever way you think you can add these together best, you choose that method. I'm only going to do both for a little while though, okay? Let's take a look at letter B. 8 minus -x squared. Okay, first of all, let's put this in standard form. Standard form says I want to put it in order from the greatest degrees to the least. Okay, well, this has a degree of 2, and this has a degree of 0. So let's put -x squared first. We might have an x term in here. At least we do for the other one. And then I have plus 8. So everybody see how I got that from 8 minus x squared. So the -x squared goes first. All right, my second term has a 4x. That's a degree of 1. That's going to go in the middle. Then I have 2x squared. I'm going to put that up here with the -x squared and minus 9. So I'm doing it vertically here next. Add these together, okay? This is a -1 for my coefficient here. So -1x squared plus 2x squared is going to give me -1 plus 2 is 1x squared. There is no x term for that first binomial, okay? There's nothing there. So nothing plus 4x is just that 4x. And then finally, 8 plus a -9 is going to be -1. So my final answer is 1x squared plus 4x minus 1.
Excuse me, why is it a blank space after the x squared?
Okay, because this first term had a constant minus x squared. It did not have an x term. So I left that space because I saw in the second one, we did have an x. And when I put them in standard form, I put them from greatest degrees to least, okay? Leaving a space, even if it didn't have one, okay? So I could do this horizontally. If you are one that likes to do it horizontally, I'll show both of them here. So let's say I'm going to take the 8 and put it with the -9. Those are kind of grouped together. Then I have the negative x squared. And I'm going to group that with the 2x squared. And then finally, I just have this 4x by itself. So 8 minus 9, that's a -1. Negative 1x squared plus 2 is plus 1x squared. And then 4x by itself. I would rewrite it in standard form. So I would say 1x squared plus 4x minus 1. Same answer, just done horizontally. Same as this. Any questions about that? Okay, let's put the phone away. All right. You get the test done?
Yeah. Can I get paper towel?
Can you what?
You got paper towels?
Paper towel? I don't. I just have the tissues. Somebody took
Can
my
I get
roll.
eraser too? Do you have erasers?
Uh-huh. Erasers back there in the blue.
There's my.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the next one. 7x plus 5y minus 2z plus 2y minus 3x. Come on, put it away. Plus 4z. Okay? I prefer the vertical method, but I know a couple of you did horizontal. So you do you. Okay? Whatever way is better for you. All right, so I got 7x plus 5y minus 2z. My second term, which is a trinomial, I'm going to match up the variables. So I have plus 2y, so I'm going to put that under 5y. I have minus 3x, and I have 4z, positive 4z. And remember, we are adding these together. So then I just look at the coefficients. 7 plus -3 is 4x. 5y plus 2y is 7y. Negative 2z plus 4z is plus 2z. And that is your final answer. In this case, since they all have the same degree, which is a 1, and a 1, I would just put them in alphabetical order, X, Y, Z. Okay? Any questions on that? All right. Let's see if you can do this last one, letter D, on your own. X to the third plus 5x minus 7 plus 8x squared plus 11x plus 5. Try this last one, letter D.
Can I go call my mom?
What's going on? Something important and big?
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, step outside. Try the last one, letter D, on your own. Let's see if you can do it. Doing okay? Yeah. Next to the third. Well, you can't add an x to the third with an x squared. So you have to put them in different columns because you want to have the same back end, same variables. Does that make sense? Do you see how this is x to the third? And this is x squared. So they don't have the same number of x's to both of them. So you need to put this x to the third out in front in a separate column. Okay? Rihanna, let's try letter D. Put the phone away.
I tried, so I can't do it.
You didn't write down anything. You can do it.